how you can get a job in the mines or tunneling or large infrastructure projects in Australia. Hi guys, my name's Sam from National Courses. Before I'd started this business, I worked in the mines for around 10 years in Western Australia in the infrastructure industry. After that, I spent 2 years in the tunneling industry in Sydney. Both of these industries are very lucrative. You can earn really good incomes in both these industries. Tunneling paid almost as much as the money I was earning when I was working in Western Australia doing fly in, fly out. I'm going to talk about how I think it was around 21 or 22, got my first foot in the door in that mining industry, in the infrastructure side of the mining industry. So it's much simpler than you think, but it requires work, and that's one thing that a lot of people aren't willing to do. If you're just going to go on to Seek and dish out 100 resumes every day and not change your resume for each application, you're not going to get any calls back whatsoever. I can assure you. You've got to put in the work, all right? Work is required to get these high-paying jobs. So what you do is you go on to Seek, okay? Look for the job that you think you're most suited to based on the experience you had overseas or the experience you had in Australia. Now, I had no mining experience when I got a job in the mines, but I did have some construction experience, right? So I looked for something in construction. So I looked for labourer, FIFO. I typed into Seek. The thing is with these jobs though, is you need to stand out. You're up against the whole of Australia. Whereas when there's a job being advertised in Sydney or Brisbane, you're only up against Sydney because people are only going to apply in that region. But everyone from Australia is applying for these jobs. So you've got to stand out. But you can stand out because they're telling you how you need to stand out in every job application they put up. So let me show you. Let's just go down and have a look and find something that's suitable. Let's go for this one's pays up to $50 an hour. This is a 2-in-1 roster, meaning you're working 2 weeks on, 1 week off. So we can go through this. I'm going to zoom in a bit here so you can see it and go down. Now, the thing about this is, what's not difficult about this is they're telling you what they want, okay? So they're going to tell you the skills they want. They're going to tell you the qualities they want in you as a person. So strive for excellence in everything they do. Enjoy working as part of a team. Concerned about the environment and country. Like to contribute to the local community. Now, they're all things that you can go back to your resume that you should be modifying for every job and incorporate them into your resume. I strive for excellence in everything that I do. I'm hardworking. I show up, I'm punctual, I'm on time, and I'd never miss days of work. I enjoy what I do. I'm passionate about my job. I love working in a team. You can bring up things about the environment as well. Say, look, you take the environment, you're environmentally conscious. You can elaborate on that. Make it genuine, but you know, it's a resume. Your roles will include compacting, formwork and mesh laying, hauling cables. That's just moving it like hauling cables for electricians. Breaking up paving rock, so rock breaking it sounds like. Spotting for operators, that's not a hard job. That's spotting for a machine. You're literally the eyes outside the machine. Digging by hand. All right, these are things that a lot of people have done in life. You know, spotting machines, digging by hand, breaking up rock. You ever used a rock breaker? Hauling, moving cables, pulling things, doing manual tasks. Then they tell you what tickets and licenses they want. They want a HR, that's a heavy rigid license. That's maybe an $800 to $1,200 license. It's an investment. It's going to make you more employable, not just if you don't get this job, but down the track. Like I said, there's risk and there's work that's involved in getting these jobs. Go get your HR license. A lot of these companies ask for it, especially in civil. And your construction white card, which we do at National Courses. It's a very common course. Look at their values. Now incorporate all these things into your resume in your own way. Don't make it so you're just lying and putting what they've got. Think back to your life experience and talk about how you meet these things. And don't go on about other stuff. Don't talk about how you worked in a pub for 3 years. Don't talk about how you're a manager for Kmart. Leave it out. They don't care. They're going to be looking at thousands, if not hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of resumes. And Seek, we employ people on Seek. National Courses employs their trainers through Seek. What Seek does is they scan through their AI or whatever it is, resumes, and they put the resumes that are the best suited to the job you've put up at the very top. So it automatically sorts by relevance. You can change it, but most people never do, to the newest one. If you want to really watch them as they come in, most people sort by relevance. I sort by relevance because it does a good job, and it shows you the one that they think is the best suited to the job first, and then moves down. And the people at the end are going to not meet any of these requirements. It does a good job. So go through and modify your resume for every single application. Put in the effort, put in the time, spend the money to do the courses. They're telling you that everyone's like, what courses do I do to get into mining? Go look at the job ads. They literally tell you what courses you need exactly for the specific jobs. Write down what the common ones are. Go and do them. Put in the work. Put in the work and you will get a job in the mines, 100%, if you put in the work. If you're going to go on to Seek and you're lazy and you're going to send off 50 resumes a day and you're going to tell your friends, oh, I never got a job, I'm applying here, there and everywhere, and you're never changing your resume, you're never adding skills to your qualifications, you're not putting yourself out there, you're not going to get a job. Now, here's the last thing that you need to do. Now, often on these jobs, okay, they're not often going to put their phone number. Very rarely, almost never, do they put their phone number for these jobs because they don't want to get inundated with calls. And again, most people are too lazy to look up this company and get a phone number and a direct email. So after you've modified your resume and you've made yourself the perfect candidate, they're telling you the candidate they want, you can make yourself that perfect candidate. Maybe that means doing a little bit of extra work here and there and improving some of your skills, adding some quals. Make yourself the perfect candidate for the job. But then after you apply on Seek, look up Cape Dustins. Type that company into Google word for word and you'll get a direct phone number. When you call that number, you say, hey, I'm such and such. I'm really keen, I'm interested in this job. I'm a perfect candidate. I'm hardworking. Use these keywords in your resume and on the phone. I'm hardworking, I'm reliable, I'm really interested. That's hence why I'm here on the phone. I want eyes on my resume. Say, can you give me a direct email? I'll just send the one email. I won't share it with anybody just to make sure I get eyes on my resume because I know I'm suitable for this job. And if you're in WA, even better is if you can, or if you're aware their office is in Queensland, Northern Queensland or New South Wales has mining, go in there and hand in your resume and knock on the door. That's how you're going to increase your chances of getting a job 2, 3, 4x. Do all those things that I mentioned in this video and over time, you will get a job in the mines. Mark my words. It can take time, but you put in the work, you're willing to change your resume for each application, you're willing to drop into the offices and call them up, send emails and put in that hard work, add skills to the list of skills you have. If you want to know how you should best present your resume, watch the video also on our account. That'll be how to do your resume best. I look at a lot of resumes. My resume that I used when I got into the mines was, in my opinion, top notch, as in not what was on it, but how it was structured. I had someone help me that was my parents' friend and she was head of a HR department. And I used it non-stop and got on most jobs out there like that. I even shared it with one of my friends because I got on this really good job in WA called Barrow Island that was very high paying at the time. And I shared the resume with my friend and he couldn't get on the job. He literally just kept my resume, but changed it to his name and changed the skills and stuff to his stuff. Then sent that, got a call up within a week and also joined me on that Barrow Island job. His name was Paul. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you at our courses. We run courses, national courses. We do white cards, your first aids. We're going to be doing confined spaces, working at heights, scaffolding, traffic control, all that kind of stuff, fire safety, all that kind of stuff, guys. So check us out, national courses. National courses also owns national white card courses, national first aid courses, national online courses, and national alcohol and food courses. Check them out, guys. Come join us for some courses. Got great teachers, supportive teachers that want to see you get skilled, not just certified, but they want you to take that knowledge onto site or whatever you do in life. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you at one of our courses soon.